Hey everyone, this is Dan of Freedom Locker Philippines. I talk about finance, business, and real estate. And today, I'm here to show you how our rental property tracker works. So a short background on the tracker. The goal here was to address some of the common issues of managing a property. So you have your input sheets, color-coded with light yellow. You can't delete areas that shouldn't be deleted. So right now I'm pressing delete. And it's a spreadsheet. I've just found that it's easier to manage spreadsheets. You're able to link to other spreadsheets and it's very customizable. We'll run through the spreadsheet from left to right. Start off here in the rent tracker, which is your dashboard. Monthly stats, annual stats, and per unit input sheets. This is basically your dashboard, and it's a snapshot of the areas that need your attention, like vacant rooms here, or unpaid rent, or collections due, which we'll discuss more in detail later on. Also worth noting that the figures here are in Philippine pesos, but you could easily change this in the settings as it's not pegged to an exchange rate. Also worth noting that this was made with LibreOffice. It's an open source alternative to Excel, but as you'll see here, the file is an Excel file. The spreadsheet follows 3 color codes. Yellow denotes an input cell. This is where you input your data. Green in general are positive events, while red in general are negative events. So for example, property, let me zoom in. Property 1, Unit 5 is vacant, so there's a red alert. Property 1, Unit 1, which is occupied by Michael Jordan, has an outstanding balance of 21,000, or that for Iron Man, we can collect this amount. Monthly stats are a summary of the monthly performance per unit and property. You can also revise the start date here. And you have your property-specific income, property-specific expenses. So property-specific income can be income from, let's say, your Wi-Fi or coin-operated laundry, while property-specific expenses can include your insurance or property taxes. We also have a section here on monthly amortization and your net cash flow for that month. Vacancies are also computed automatically. Next, we have your annual stats. So again, it follows the same color code. Light yellow is an input sheet and an annual summary of your net operating income per property. Now, quick note here, this sheet also includes an estimate of the market valuation, but these are quick and dirty estimates and shouldn't be interpreted as investment advice. And going down, we have your vacancy rate per property. And finally, you have your input sheet. This input sheet is for Unit 1 of Property 1. The next one is for Unit 2 of Property 1, and so on and so forth. Going back to the dashboard, we'll see here that Michael Jordan has rent due of 21,000. If we go back to the unit-specific input sheet, we'll see here that rent was due on January 13, but was not paid. Now, the rent tracker creates an alert if rent is due at least 1 day from today's date. So today is January 30. If we say that the rent due is on Feb 5, and we go back to the rent tracker, we'll see here that the alert goes away because the rent isn't due yet. If we go back to Michael Jordan, change this back to January 13. Now, let's say that rent was paid on January 30 for 21,000 and that this payment was given to your property manager but hasn't been remitted to you yet. Or we can also say that the tenant paid with post-dated checks but you've yet to deposit it in a bank. So in that case, we'll select no because you haven't collected it yet. In the dashboard, we'll see a 21,000 collection due for Michael Jordan. Once you've collected that, go back, select yes, and we'll see that the alert goes away. Now for the unit specific sheet, you also have your other income, other expenses, and vacant days are automatically calculated. If we expect the unit to be vacant until February 18, then we can write vacant Feb 18, 2022. Vacancy is automatically calculated to 5 days, and your rent tracker will show that the unit is vacant. This dashboard was presented so it's easy to see what areas need your attention. It's basically a snapshot of your portfolio. So again, this is Dan, and this template is available at freedomlocker.ph. If you need a more customized template with unique room names, property names, or even the number of units or properties in your portfolio, please drop me a message also on my website. Again, that's freedomlocker.ph. Thanks.